So here's a fun fact. Nearly all editions of Finnegans Wake have exactly 628 pages, queued to the original 1939 Faber and Faber. They're all the same, probably because resetting the type for Finnegans Wake is, as you might imagine, a real bitch. Now, 628 pages divided by 2 is 314. Now, I'm bringing all of this up because thunderword number 7 is located on page 314. There it is, constituting its very own paragraph in the dead center of the book. And here it is. Both all core actors chum in a round gan summum and a rum drum strum trum and a hump da dump wall topufu luder a monster nup. It's just oodles of fun to pronounce. It could be my favorite of the 10, really. Here it is again. Both all core actors chum in a round gan summum and a rum drum strum trum and a hump da dump wall topufu luder a monster nup. Being in the dead center of the book, it serves as a kind of synecdoche for the book as a whole, and it's an absolute bottomless well for potential interpretations. For one thing, it references all sorts of stuff that you find elsewhere in the book. Probably the most obvious and salient feature here would be Humpty-Dump, referencing Humpty Dumpty, of course, and he runs throughout the book and is, in fact, prefigured with the very first thunderword. Now, that one was pretty obvious, but you can pretty easily extrapolate Waterloo as well from this word, which, again, it has a role to play in the establishment of another thunderword, thunderword number 2. And you can get that from Wal Tal Pu Fu Lu pretty easily, I think. And also perhaps Wal Top are references to Humpty Dumpty. Plus, there are rhythmic echoes of other passages in Finnegans Wake. For example, if you turn to page 241, the top sentence fragment there reads, "Big dumb crumb diggaditchies say short again actor, even while assassinated by someone." And if you take these words and kind of juggle them around a little bit, they really fit nicely into the first half of this thunderword. Core actors, gansamummin, drum, strum, etc. Now, if you're not convinced by that, that's fine. But I'll tell you something. If you turn to page 98, there's no denying it. Not even people like Roland McHugh or Raphael Slepon can ignore this one. Bad old character, common or wrong can bung, is a perfect reflection of both all core actors chumming around gan sum. And then finally, look there at Luderamons near the end of the word. And this is a reference to the Irish Loderamons, lazy idlers, which can also be found on page 257, which you, of course, remember from thunderword number 6. There it is at the top. But go a few lines down there and you'll see the word applauduramain. You see it? There it is. And that's also a reference to Lodramon. And applauduramain and apufu luduramon. You can see the echo there as well. And now this was all just to kind of give you just a basic idea of how Finnegans Wake is structured. It's almost like a turbo hypertext, little bits of text connecting to each other here and there across the book. And also, and breaking it down, I think the best way to do this is treat it like a sentence, because it's very much like thunderword number 5 in that most of the components of this word are taken from the English language. And so it can be read like a sentence. So let's just do this in breaking it down. Core actors is our subject, and chum is our verb. Core actors, chum. Bear with me, it'll start to make sense, because both all then can modify our subject. Both all characters, or both all chorus of actors in that sense, are chumming around. You could say chumming around, but I decided it would be kind of more fun to treat in, around, gan, summum as a prepositional phrase in our sentence. So we have both all characters chum in around gan summum. Gan summum, by the way, is kind of a stuttering version of the German ganz meaning all round. So in around, all round. Both all characters chum in around gan summum. And we can move on to another prepositional phrase with in a rum, drum, strum, trum. Now, drumming, strumming, thrumming, these are all things that you can do with a musical instrument, perhaps while you're drinking rum. But at least according to fweet.org, there are also things that you can do with your genitals, which might be referencing then thunderword number 4. One more prepositional phrase, in a hump-da-dump, which could be referencing with the word dump there, perhaps the midden heap, the garbage tip in the backyard that is ubiquitous in Finnegans Wake. And finally, we have kind of a prepositional / conjunctional phrase with wal topufu luderamons turn up. And you could rather whimsically turn that into, if you like, while those poor foolish ludramons turn up. Anyway, it's just one way of breaking this extremely versatile word down. I like kind of turning it into a sentence myself. But anyway, we'll just string all these components together, shall we? Here we go. Both all characters chummin' around gan summum. In a rum drum strum trum and a hump da dump. Wal top hufu lu duramons turn up. We'll drill it one last time. Both all characters chummin' around gan summum and a rum drum strum trum and a hump da dump. Wal top hufu lu duramons turn up. Meaning a bunch of characters playing lots of music and kind of behaving foolishly, stumbling, falling all over themselves, turn up in our pub, which is in fact what happens in the passage that you read, that you find on page 314. I would tell you to use it in a sentence today, but it already is a sentence, and really it's just delightful. I'm sorry to see it go.